All right, hello. I am Matt. This is my fourth stock speed run. Excuse me, for the weekend of January 8th, 2022. If you are unfamiliar with what a stock speed run is, you can check this video's description for an explanation and also a disclaimer as to its content. Once again, my goal is for this weekend speed runs to all be requests as opposed to randomly chosen. With this last video, I will have accomplished that goal. This request comes from the same friend as the previous, and just like it, I am aware of what the company is just by virtue of having had looked up. Geez, English is weird. Having had looked up the ticker, because all I had to go off with the company name, and the ticker is what I need to enter into this dashboard tool. But I know nothing else. So aside from actually knowing what company I'm going to be going to, I know nothing else. So let me just go type into my little magic box, HBI. No, not HBO. Stupid keyword fingers. HBI. Let's kick it off. Yeah, so it's Hanesbrands we're going to be looking at. A brand that she has looked into because she personally likes it. It's also a brand that I personally like also. If you want to get into TMI territory, it is I had been exclusively Hanes underwear for most of my life. I just recently tried Fruit of the Loom because I couldn't find the variety of Hanes underwear that I like in any stores. So I tried Fruit of the Loom. That wasn't bad either, but I still think Hanes is the superior just by a small margin. That's just this humble person's opinion. So consumer goods company, they design, manufacture, sources, sells a range of basic apparel for men, women, and children in the United States. They apparently also do business in places other than the United States, because they have 757 retail and outlet stores. They also sell products in Europe, Australia, Asia, Latin America, Canada, Middle East, basically all over the place. And actually, you know what? I didn't realize how old of a company they were. 1901. That's pretty good. All right, let's take a look at these numbers. I'm seeing not bad. Why is these earnings negative? What happened in quarter one and quarter two to make these numbers turn out negative? I want to know very badly. And also, why does that not line up with what I'm seeing up here? I'm seeing... All right, one of these numbers is wrong. One of these charts is wrong because I am seeing negative earnings here for quarter one, but I'm seeing positive earnings here for quarter one. So one of those is not right. Before I go slog through these articles here, let me inspect this chart real quick. Wow, they've had it rough ever since 2015. Okay, I'm gonna potentially overanalyze this a little bit. I'm actually gonna click on this chart like intentionally this time because I want a date range. I want since January of 2015 up till today. Yeah, so 2015 is when it seems to have peaked, and then it started a downslide that did not end. It basically took COVID to end the downslide. That's ridiculous. And then in the following year, it starts to go back up. But I wonder if this increase here is simply due to the fact that the market was in a big recovery trend during this period. And once that recovery trend started to tap out, people started to come to realization all of the potentially bad reasons why this had been sold into oblivion for the 5 years prior, and then it started to continue that trend. You can also make an argument this is a cup and handle, but I'm not entirely sure about that. This is something else entirely, I think. This is Natural downtrend because people didn't like the company for some reason. It bottomed out. It got caught up in the post-COVID recovery, and then people started to come to the realization again that it's actually not that great of a company, and started to sell it off again. Kind of come back to the mindset that it was pre-COVID. That's what this chart is telling me, but I don't know why it's considered a bad company, though. Or why it would be considered a bad company to investors. Let me see if I can go back through these articles and figure out. Is Hanesbrands expensive for a reason? Look at its intrinsic value. Gains but lags market. Let's see. Is Hanesbrands going to burn these hedge funds because they're holding them and Hanesbrands isn't going to do well? Champion, Mutual of America. Stock a solid choice right now. I'm going to say you're going to say no, Zax. That's my prediction. Should investors buy Hanesbrands? All right, let's take a close look at all these. Estimate intrinsic value of Hanesbrands by taking the forecast. Blah 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 blah. Numbers. Terminal value, present value of terminal value. Or equity sale is then... So they're saying current price... Wait. Current price $16.21? No, it's not. Oh, actually, yeah, it is. Okay. So they've calculated that fair value is below market value. Interesting. Through some, I don't know, number magic. Number of hedge funds with Hanesbrands positions hasn't changed much over the past many years. Not necessarily in the same industry. We take a look at ASG, and hey, I did a speedrun of that a little while ago. Okay, I don't really have time to look at this. Clock's ticking down pretty fast. Stock solid choice right now. One stock might be in intrinsic value for investment right now is Hanesbrands. It's actually looking pretty good on its own. Form has been solid earnings, estimate revisions, activity over the past month. Estimates have risen from 41 cents to 43 cents. Zach's rank hold. Yeah, hold is kind of what I'm thinking right now. Keep an eye on his Hanesbrands. Zach's rank 2 of buy. Ooh, interesting. So this article came before that other article. So between this article and that article, they went from buy to hold. And in this one, it has a value grade of A. Value grade of A makes sense. I'm not too sure if I would give the same grade as far as growth is concerned. Value makes sense though. I think. Well, I mean, maybe not even, because it's very possible that its downslide can continue from here. Let's see. I also wanted to let me go straight to Hanesbrands earnings. There, investor relations. Nice. Champion and Hasbro Gaming? Are you gonna make a game about underwear? I can't imagine what this is going to be. Now it's a strong third. Wait, what was the questionable quarters that I wanted to look at? That was quarter 1, quarter 2. Actually, I think that's quarter 1 of 2020 and quarter 3, because the most recent was quarter 3. I want to see more of these. Let's see. Second quarter, no. I want to see, where's first quarter? This one. Net sales from continuing operations, blah, 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 blah. EPS from continuing operations. 37 cents, earnings per share. Let's go double check those numbers. So that's 38, that's 39. So I think this one is correct. I don't think there was actually that loss in quarter one. Yeah, I don't know where these negative numbers came from, but they don't make much sense. I think it's the positive numbers. I think this chart is the one that's correct. So this 2021, and you know what? The company I looked at before kind of had a messed up chart like this. I wonder if it's happening to all companies right now, just because it's a weird place in time where data's getting messed up. Oh, jeez. You know what? I know it has nothing to do with this company, but I really want to read about this Champion and Hasbro partnership. How does that even work? A launch of a limited edition collection with Hasbro Gaming, with characters and graphics from the world's most... Oh, they're putting game characters on their clothing gear. I should get a Mr. Monopoly hoodie. That sounds perfect for someone who talks about this kind of stuff on the internet. So let me start by saying this: not a buy. Not a buy. I don't think so. Because I can't. Because it has. It has momentum to the downside. I don't see, and you know what? It's kind of. All right. Here's the logic here. Try to follow this, right? It has momentum to the downside, and if I could find a reason for that momentum, that would make me feel better than having no reason. Because then I can at least point to that reason and potentially have ideas about when that reason might reverse itself, and that might imply a reverse in the stock direction, right? If I have no reason to justify downward momentum, like I do with this company, it very obviously has downward momentum. Aside from getting caught up in the COVID recovery last year, it has had downward momentum for the past 5-6 years. Which is crazy. I didn't think they were in that big of a trouble, but I mean, that kind of makes sense if they're a value company and not a growth company, because people go, cuckoo bonzo bananas for growth, but value just gets tossed in the trash bin and forgotten about. It's kind of unfortunate, really. Jeez, where was I going with this? So there's that. So yes, so the fact that I can't find a reason for that downslide aside from just general gravity makes me feel worse, because there's nothing I can point to and make a potential future prediction about whether it will reverse, because there isn't anything. It seems like a solid company that just isn't growing. Nothing looks bad. Nothing looks bad aside from the chart. And for that reason, I don't want to hit this buy button. I don't want to hit this sell button either. Because as random... No, random's not the right word. As unjustified as that downward momentum seems to be, a swing to the upside would be just as unjustified. This is kind of like a... Actually, no, not really. I was about to say this is kind of like a two wrongs make a right situation, but no, not really. A swing like that I could see being just as justified and just as much of a possibility as the current downward momentum, because neither of them will be justified. Does that make sense? Am I talking sense here? It doesn't sound like I'm talking sense, but I feel like it makes sense in my brain, but I'm not saying it properly. So that's kind of why I don't want to hit this sell button either. Because a swing to the upside is just as possible. Again, it wouldn't be triggered by anything, I don't think, aside from general, market go up trends. Unless they announce something amazing, which I don't think they're going to. Because it's a very mature company. Again, that value grade makes sense. If I was to find an article from Zacks grading this as far as its growth potential, probably be like D or F, or E if they have an E. I mean, so yeah, they make like garments and underwear. What kind of are you gonna make more underwear? You can only make so much underwear as the market will be willing to buy. You can make a new kind of underwear with breathable fabric. That's already been done. I've already seen underwear commercials for all kinds of, you know, weird things they're talking about. Oh, this fabric does this fabric does that. It's still goddamn underwear. I feel like I'm getting off on a tangent here. So because of those reasons, I don't want to hit that buy button. I don't want to hit that sell button either. But I think this could be a half decent justification for a hold, though. So I don't really have much else to say about that. I feel like I didn't make a whole lot of sense in the time that I had, but it makes sense in my head. But I can't just like take my brain and put it on the screen. That would be cool if I could do that, but I can't. And even if I could, it probably still wouldn't make sense because my brain is a jumble of nonsense, if you can't tell. So, yeah, I'll catch you and my jumbled brain of insanity in the next one.